Dear students, as part of the paper on population data and projections, this present module focuses on the various uses of population projections, especially in the planning and other aspects. The major learning objectives are the uses of population projections, the various organizations involved in projections, the uses with a special focus on the principal sectors of planning and other uses. Population projections can be used as a tool to provide information on possible scenarios of future dimensions and age and sex composition of population. This will help the policy makers, administrators and implementers for decision making and planning for the well-being of the people. The projections are very important for further planning and determination of the success of such plans. Deterministic projections usually performed using different scenarios to deal with uncertainty. More recently, probabilistic projections of population have been developed with increasingly interest, namely considering that it allows estimating a confidence interval associated with each outcome. Bungartz and Bulatov, 2000. The field of population projections is probably one of the richest in the area of demographic research. Keyfridge, 1985, defines the demographic forecasting as the search for functions of population that are constant through time or about which fluctuations are random and small. Population projections can be defined as projections of population to future dates following the last census, usually future dates for which no current reports are available. Population projections can be made for two kinds of purposes which are logically distinct. The purpose of most population projections is to provide a rough forecast. Such projections are calculated on the assumption of some reasonable continuation or modification of observed population trend of the past to indicate the approximate future population magnitudes to be taken into account, so that human needs may be met in various fields of economic and social policy where they have relevance. Implied in such projections is the assumption that population trends may change gradually, but barring catastrophic developments, not abruptly. Catastrophic future events are of course possible, but cannot be reasonably foreseen in ongoing policies and plans. Reasonable forecasts can orient the targets to be included in rational economic and social programs and can sometimes also indicate priorities among those programs. Some projections, on the other hand, are of a more theoretical nature, and these are often referred to as models. These provide material for the discussion of the possible demographic consequences which might result from particular economic and social policies among which there is a choice. They may assist in arguing that the demographic consequences of one line of policy might be preferable to those of another, providing a scenario from which policy strategy can be debated, possibly leading to the selection among alternatives of the policy to be adopted. In the forecast, the population trend is the independent variable from which certain economic and social implications may follow. United Nations, 1974. The earliest systematic global population projection dates back to Notestian 1945, although many national level projection efforts began over half a century earlier. The many uses of population projections give rise to choices on several dimensions. The time horizon may be as short as a year, more commonly a generation, increasingly a lifespan, or occasionally longer still. Also, the population projections can be made for local, national, regional, or global levels. To provide necessary detail, the population must be disaggregated by age and sex and often by geographical region. Yet, further disaggregation may be desired. To achieve this, the three components of population change, that is mortality, fertility and migration, must be separately forecast and appropriately combined. Each component may be decomposed and its parts independently forecast. Population forecasting is thus a highly complex and difficult undertaking. Kefidge 1985. Population projections are useful for a number of reasons and help stakeholders plan for the near and distant future. Population projections are used to assess the need for new jobs, teachers, schools, doctors, nurses, urban housing, food and requirements for resources. Population forecasting is also highly uncertain, as Kefidge 1996 remarked, I quote, "The best demographers do it, but none would stake their reputation on the agreement of their forecast with the subsequent realization," unquote. There are various organizations involved in projections. The United Nations, UN. Between 1951 and 1998, the United Nations has produced 16 sets of estimates and projections covering all countries and areas of the world. Prior to 1978, new revisions were published approximately every 5 years. Since then, they have been published every 2 years. These projections, published in their World Population Prospect series, include 4 scenarios which differ in their assumptions about future fertility rates, that is high, medium and low fertility scenarios, as well as an illustrative scenario in which fertility is held constant at current rates. UN 1999. The World Bank. In 1978, the World Bank began producing population projections associated with their annual World Development Report. Projections are made at the country level, and until 1984, results were reported only for 1990, 2000 and the year in which the population became stationary. More recent versions of the World Development Reports contain population projections out to 2000 and 2025, but not the year at which stationarity is achieved. From 1984 through 1994-95, the World Bank produced a total of 6 roughly biennial long-term projections out to 2150. Until 1992-93, projections included only one variant. The 1992-93 and 1994-95 projections have a base case and 2 alternative projections that assume either slow or rapid fertility decline. McNaughall 1992, World Bank 1994. The United States Census Bureau, USCB. The United States Census Bureau began producing global population projections in 1985, publishing them in the nearly biannual World Population Profile series, USCB 1985. Projections are made for all countries and areas of the world for a single scenario, and printed versions of their output show results for 15-25 years into the future. In the year 1998 projections, results through 2025 are given, although output through 2050 is offered in an online service which is generally updated annually. Johnson, Pers. Com. The use of demographic projections in planning. In the shaping of national development strategy at the policy making levels and in planning, it is increasingly recognized that many demographic variables have to be considered in conjunction with the economic and social variables. While these demographic variables are influenced by prevailing economic and social conditions, the latter are in turn influenced by population growth and structure. Because of their complexity, these interrelationships between demographic, economic and social factors are not easy to study and are not yet well understood. For planning purposes, the need for studying the relations of population size, density, growth and structure to available resources, levels of development and economic growth have been particularly stressed. In addition, it is important to have information concerning the size and growth of population components such as child population, the school age population, the working age and old age population and other population segments which are directly related to the functioning of the national economy or which require specific social services. United Nations 1969. Improved knowledge of the interrelationships of various demographic and other factors is essential in order to provide firm basis for different types of demographic projections. These projections are needed at every steps of natural and regional planning, since the population of a country is both the producer and consumer of goods and services. Hence, population trends play a major role in determining the size and composition of the labor supply as well as the volume and composition of consumption needs. United Nations 1965. The roles and uses of different kinds of demographic projections in each of the principal sectors of planning are discussed here. Industrial development. Manpower projections are of particular importance in the process of development planning, since they measure the future employment needs of the population, and full employment is often considered among the primary development targets. Along with measures of economic factors, labor force projections provided the basic for estimating future economic growth in general and in manufacturing and related industries in particular. Classified by such characteristics such as sex, age, education level, occupation and industrial sector, they may be matched against projections of labor demand in order to assess probable surpluses or shortages of different types of labor. Such analysis permits corrective measures to be taken, for example, through adjustments in employment plans or in educational and training programs. Information on the availability of various kinds of skilled labor which can be estimated from educational and training programs is usually of special importance for development planning. Agriculture development. Projections of the size and sex age composition of the total population are used in calculating prospective food demands based on the nutritional requirements of different population groups. Food production set on the basis of such projections have implications for various other aspects of planning, such as investment in agriculture and related sectors, the training of workers and the application of new techniques. Closely related are estimates and projections of the agriculture labor force and its demographic characteristics. These are needed for formulating measures to raise agriculture production and shifting surplus workers to the non-agriculture sector. In addition, projections of total agriculture population, both workers and dependents whose main source of livelihood is in agriculture sector, are needed for estimating the adequacy of income in this sector and assessing the extent of agriculture overpopulation. Projections of agriculture population also permit the calculation of the marketable surplus of agriculture production, United Nations 1969. Education, school enrollment projections for the different education levels derived by applying forecasts of enrollment relations to the population projections of school age population provide the basis for developing adequate teacher training programs as well as plans for school and college constructions, United Nations 1965. These projections are also indispensable for estimating the cost of the educational system. The higher the ratio of the projected school age population to the total population, the greater the need, other things being equal, for teachers, classrooms, books, etc. Planning in the education sector involves not only providing basic facilities to meet the demands of the cohorts of school age population, but also calls for improvements and quality and changes in types of education to equip the future labor force with the skills required by an industrializing economy, United Nations 1969. Long-term projections of manpower requirements are thus desirable for educational planning, while shorter-term forecast of manpower needs are basic to vocational training programs, United Nations 1963. Health. Population projections provide the means for more accurately anticipating demands for various types of medical facilities such as hospital beds and healthcare units and specialized medical and health personnel, Llewellyn Davies and Macaulay 1966. As medical needs vary markedly with age and to some extent with sex, the sex and age composition of the future population is particularly pertinent, WHO 1965. Different health programs have to be developed for young children, the group hardest hit by disease, for workers in particular occupations and industries, and for aged persons who constitute an increasing proportion of the population in many countries. The planning of other programs closely related to health conditions such as sanitation services, including water supply and sewerage, has to rely on data obtainable from population projections for small areas. Housing. The rate of population growth in urban and rural areas, and more particularly changes in the number and size of household or families, are essential data for estimating future housing needs. Households or family projections give an indication of the number of new dwelling units which must be provided during a given time to house the population according to any given standard of accommodation. Additional units may be required to make up for existing shortages and to replace dilapidated dwellings. Projections of changes in household for family compositions by sex, age and marital status provide important information for calculating needs for housing units by type and size. Eversley and Jackson 1967. Besides estimates of future housing needs, planning must take into consideration the probable effective demand for housing as it may emerge from accepted changes in socio-economic structures, real per capita income and the cost of construction. Regional and urban development. Since rise of population growth and composition of the population not identical in different regions of a country, planning for the development of different areas requires a separate demographic projections for sub-national areas, projections for urban and rural areas, which takes into account differences in natural increase and the rate of rural to urban migration, are particularly valuable owing to the substantial differences in economic and social conditions between such areas. Local projections for small areas may also be required for such purposes as the planning of housing projects, school construction, the location of industrial plan, provision of adequate hygienic and sanitary installations, transportation and the like. United Nations 1965. That various uses of population projections are important for us to study, and in recent times such importance is growing in every field of the economy. For development of economy, the process of industrialization and urbanization, the knowledge regarding the future conditions is not only limited to planners, economists or administrators, but today entrepreneurs, traders and customers too are worried about the future conditions. On the prevailing growth rate of population in developing countries that are passing through the stage of demographic transition, it is essential for the planners to know that how many houses, schools, teachers, job opportunities and how many quintals of food grains and how many meters of cloth are to be increased. For social development, for considering the future birth rate, it becomes necessary to project the factors like level of education, development of education, female education and size of the family, propaganda of family planning, effects of family planning on people, and by how much will the birth rate decline and how many years it will take to achieve any growth rate, and what will be changes in the age composition of the population. The birth rate can be projected based on all these factors. For business classes, population projections are also necessary for entrepreneurs or business classes. If they know at what rate and what size the population will increase in future, they will engage their productive resources in accordance with the demand estimated for the future based on the projected figures. Since age and sex-wise population projections, they can estimate the future demand for their products and plan and produce accordingly. Thus, projections play an important role in market mechanism. For demographic theory, in the 1930s, the popularity of the theory of demographic transition created the environment for population projections and its importance. With the help of the theory of demographic transition, the stages of demographic transition of any country can be known and after for planners. Population projections help the planners to find out the trends in the growth of population between two census. For migration, they provide estimates of future trends relating to migration at the national and international levels, and for planning adequate investments, according to the Indian 9th 5-year plan, population projections are required for planning adequate investments for essential necessities such as food, shelter and clothing, essential prerequisites for human development such as education, employment and health care, and optimal utilization of the available human resources for economic and social development. Thus, the uses of populations projections are many and innumerable. It is very important that a development planning like housing, employment, etc., projections plays an important role. Projection of labor force for estimating the future production of goods and services, population projections are essential. Population projections by age for requirement of future school enrollments. This will enable planning of investments in school buildings, teacher trainings and production of education materials. Future demand for food, power, water, transport, projections of the future age and sex composition of the population are essential for estimating the incidence and prevalence of various diseases and planning for the number of hospitals, hospital beds and specialized facilities as well as training programs for medical specialists. Thus, in conclusion, we can state that perhaps the most important use of population projections is in the role they can play as a rational basis for decision making. Changes in population size and composition have many social, economic, environmental and political implications. For this reason, population projections often serve as a basis for producing other projections like example births, households, families, school enrollment and labor force. Population projections help decision makers in both the public and private sectors make informed choices, and in that way population projections and its uses are many, and especially in the case of policy formulation, programs implementation and various evolving schemes, and also for effective matching of the demand and supply by bringing population and sex and age composition plays an important role, and in that way a rational way of projecting the population brings a lot of scientific base for bringing out the optimal utilization of resources in the society and to see that the quality of life of the population for whom the development is provided will be a matching for the base for their growth. In conclusion, we can state that it is very scientific that the population projections are essential, and if that is scientific, the planners makes a rational choice for matching with the resources that are available, and also to see the quality of life of all sections of population can be addressed. Similarly, in the area of social sector like education and health, and also to bring all sections of our society so that no person can be excluded from the overall planning, and also for benefit of the development process, this is essential that the projections are very important for us. In that sense, the demographic projections play an important role in the literature, not only in bringing out appropriate choices for using with a set of assumptions, but at the same time with a proper planning, it is useful that the future society will be built appropriately and optimally for everybody's use.